All right, trade recap from today, September 24th. Hopefully, this is the last time I have to record this because the recording keeps bugging out on me. But going into the day, I have a bearish draw on liquidity to previous day's low because of the way we violated this range here, the way we closed through all the discounted arrays and disrespected them. And then beyond that, the low from the day before that, right? So, and seeing how the overnight session pulled into this 4 hour fair value gap and previous day's equilibrium and respected it very well. That's the really good overnight manipulation that you want to see. So this sets up this daily profile to be bearish, right? London manipulation, this move higher is not sponsored by any PDRA from below. So you can expect us to trade away from the London session when the New York session starts. So even that being said, ideally in the morning, I did want to see a resweep of the London high, come up, poker heads above here, and then get a reversal higher up. But as soon as market opened, we really just dumped. We did get a really nice Judas at market open. However, it all happened too quick to get a 1 minute or like even 30-second entry. All this happened super fast, so you can see how quickly we got the 930 Judas higher and then shift lower. So no initial entry for the first leg of the model, but we still have room to play with before we go to previous day low. So we almost hit previous day low, and then we pull back up into this 15-minute gap here, creating an SMT with ES because ES does not make it up to this 15-minute gap, right? We have bearish SMT right here with ES. So once we make that bearish SMT and hit the gap, I'm looking for an inversion to get to the lows. That's this 1 minute gap right here. I'm looking for this to get closed through. And we get that almost immediately, which is a really good sign. I really like the rejection of the 15-minute gap. So this inversion for value gap was my initial entry today. I got my entry right there. And I'm looking to go break even at this swing low here and take profit at the most recent low there. So play it out. We come back up and rebalance this smaller fair value gap that we made. Once we rebalance that and then trade to the most recent low again, right here, I move my stop loss to this intermediate high because I'm expecting us to rebalance this fair value gap, and then the fact that this range is now balanced, I'm expecting us to deliver lower to the low. So I don't want to see us run this high again. So take the high, move the stop loss to the high, and then that actually gets hit before we get to go break even. So now we're down about 0.5 R on the day. So I'm still confident in the move to previous day low. It's still my draw on liquidity, but now we just need a little more context. And that comes when ES makes a secondary SMT right here, right? ES takes the high and Q doesn't. So now we have a bearish SMT right here. And then right off that, as soon as we make that SMT, we get a bearish reaction inversing this gap to the equal lows here that we left. So I really like this equal low level as a draw on liquidity. So this is my second short entry, my second try to get in on this move. Stop at the swing high and TP at the most recent swing. So we get to go break even at the equal lows, move my stop loss to break even, and unfortunately, as we started to push lower here, I made the choice to move my stop loss to this swing high because I expected it to become an order block. And unfortunately, that got tagged, and immediately we flipped and traded lower to my take profit. But as soon as my stop got tagged, I was off the charts for the morning session because I was like, I don't really want to sit on here anymore. Both the trades I took, I had to sit through quite a bit of chop, and I was pretty mentally taxed. So I was like, as soon as I got stopped in profit, I was like, yep, I'm just gonna call the morning session right here, and I'm not gonna look at the charts anymore. So I didn't even see how it reversed after it stopped me out. Recognized my psychological state and just said, I'll wait and take a look in PM, see if I can see anything once I've cooled off a little bit. So we now are going to the PM session, and I'm now down less than 0.5 R because I got stopped in profit and then the take that eats away from the 0.5 loss. So now we take a lot more liquidity, but I have nothing telling me to be bullish yet. So I'm still bearish until proven wrong. So that being said, when we go into the PM session and we immediately pull into this hourly gap, taking up the London highs, and we draw our fib from this most recent 5-minute swing high to the 5-minute swing low, we can see that we rejected OTE. And now I have shorts are on the table for me right now to get these equal lows, and just shorts to lower in general after we rebalance this leg a little more. So we pull up a little higher, and what really got my interest was the way that we ran into the higher OTE level, rejected it immediately, and then rejected this high, right? No prominent huge closures above it, and the immediate reversal into inversing this 5-minute gap inside the leg. So this 5-minute gap was my third and final entry of the day. And here I'm just targeting a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio because I am not looking to catch a sell off all the way to the lows, because this bottom half here was a pretty strong recovery. So I don't have confidence that we'll get all the way down to this lowest low. Along with that, it's the PM session after on a no news day, so I don't expect huge moves. So I'm more than happy to walk with a 1-to-1 in profit. And once we get that 5-minute inverse right there, that's my entry. And stop loss goes to break even as soon as we took this low, and then TP got hit shortly after. However, one thing I want to point out is while I was managing this position, once we started to pull up higher and we pulled into this 4-minute fair value gap right here, after we pull into this fair value gap, for the same reason as I moved my stop on the first trade that I took, I am looking to trim my stop once we take the most recent low, because I'm expecting that this run up become a order block to support a move lower. So I'm expecting us to fill the fair value gap, and that fair value gap to sponsor the move to take the liquidity that I'm targeting. So as soon as we take this low after pulling into the 4-minute fair value gap, I trim my stop loss to this high and cutting my risk significantly, and catch the expansion from there. And played out well for us. End of the day green, which of course is not the focus on the day. You don't go into the day hoping to be green. You go into the day with the goal to follow your system, which is what we did today. And yeah, hopefully you were able to learn a thing or two from this recap and learn something to improve your trading. If you want to learn more, I'll leave the free Discord in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. Good luck.